Peymon who?
Mottahedeh.
Peymon Mottahedeh. Who is he?
Never paid taxes in 30 years. Fought the U.S. tax court and won.
See, I believe our rights come from God, not from government. Hello to my truth and freedom-seeking friends. In this presentation, I will show you why writing to the IRS most often is not necessary. You can simply ignore them. There is a small minority of times that you should respond to them, and I will tell you about that as well. But most often you can just relax and enjoy your life. My name is Peymon Mottahedeh. I am the president of Freedom Law School, which I started in 1996, and for over 30 years, I have not filed or paid any federal income taxes, never been to prison for not filing and paying income tax either, and none of my students who came to me clean has ever gone to jail or lost even $1 by IRS taking it from them by force. So with that, I'm going to give you the exciting news about freedom. Go to freedomlawschool.org, our website always, for more education and freedom for you. This is typical. You see, I covered this before. IRS send out these phishing letters, from IRS's offices like in Austin, Texas. That you need to file your tax return. And here's another one they sent out again from IRS office in Austin, Texas, telling you must file your tax return for 2023. Here's another one now. Here's again from IRS in Cincinnati saying, please file your missing returns. As I covered before, these are all simply phishing letters, okay? They try to get you hooked into a response. Call them or write them and make yourself a target. Yes, you make yourself a target by writing to the IRS saying, hi, come and get me. I'm willing to talk to you. I'm afraid, or I'm not afraid of you. You want to come and challenge me? Either way, you don't need to do any of that stuff, folks, okay? What you need to know is simply this. There is a progression of letters IRS sends out before they can come after you. Yes, they actually have a program, a series of letters pre-programmed to send out to you, okay? And we're going to update this thing on our website that we have. This list here is a little bit old, but it's 95% about the same. And we're going to update that for you on our website. So don't worry about the IRS, but the one you should be concerned about, I will show you momentarily. It's a notice of deficiency. I'll cover that before again, that if they want to come after you, IRS must, by law, Section 6212, send you this, what they call a notice of deficiency, to claim that you owe the money. You can go to tax court, and here is Section 6213 says that as long as you do go to tax court, IRS cannot touch you at all, okay? No levy at all, nothing for your collection of any tax can be done on your money if you challenge them, and you should. This is the main letter that you should challenge by going to tax court. Yes, I mean it. You should challenge the IRS, and tax court is your number one place to challenge the IRS most often, okay? So here it is. You challenge these, the rest of them, you don't do that. Now, what happens out there, most freedom lovers have heard before Freedom Law School of some baseless legal theories. I'll call them patriot myths. These things are all baseless nonsense that get people in trouble, okay? And I'm going to warn you about that. And these are the ones that has people responding to the IRS and potentially getting you in trouble with the IRS by getting attention from them that you don't want, right? So here it is. These are the most common ones, patriot myths out there. Common law versus statutory maritime jurisdiction arguments. Anything having to do with Uniform Commercial Code or UCC. Revocation of election, that one's very much in vogue these days. Sovereign, national, or state citizenship theories. 14th Amendment of the U.S. Constitution related theories. The claim that You have a U.S. Treasury account money based on your birth certificate, which was sold to U.S. Department of Commerce by the county recorder's office where you were born at. Strawman redemption, expatriation, repatriation theories. Yellow French flag arguments. Copyrighting your name. Objecting to your name in all capital letters. That's not you. That's a straw man. Corporate debt, fictional entity. Because it's not upper lowercase as the proper English language says it, right? Nonsense, folks. I write in my legal briefs things in all caps so it stands out. That's it. There's no conspiracy behind it. Oh, we wrote your name, all caps, so you think it's you. It's your straw man, actually, we're talking about. And you were fooled to respond to the straw man when you shouldn't. See, this is the nonsense that's out there. There's a few more of that. The one less common one you heard. Well, the one I started was, back in 92, was taxes are based on adhesion contracts that government tricked you into entering. Missing 13th Amendment arguments. Here are some more common ones out there. Not using zip code in your mail, okay? BAR means a British Accredited Registry, which is not true. It's a bunch of baloney. Notice to agent is notice to principal, okay? See, and folks, I'm sending a letter for you guys, for our members. I'm going to send it out to them. To watch out for these things. These patent myths, they look and feel great. They sound wonderful. Okay, but bottom line is they are utter baseless or misreading and misunderstanding of these laws. And I started with these patent mythologies back in 1992. Yes. And then eventually when I looked up the law for myself in the law library, that's when I get to see, oh, this stuff is wrong. It's out of context. Okay? And I abandoned it, did the right things. But I've seen many people get in trouble by relying on stuff that does not work. That simply. You cannot rely on stuff that does not have any real solid basis in the law. That's why Freedom Law School urges you to follow U.S. government's official legal websites. And more importantly, please don't treat yourself like religion. Some people just say, no, Peymon, you're wrong. You just don't like these guys. You don't like competition. You're just putting other guys down. No, I'm not trying to put anybody down. The people that promote these theories are good people. They're freedom lovers. But they were misled. And now they are misleading you unintentionally like I did back in 92 and 93. I misled people also. I didn't know better. But when I was corrected, I was glad I was corrected, and I did the right thing, and I told everybody that I knew that I'd misled, folks, I made a mistake, sorry, let me give you the complete information. Now, some of the stuff that I was taught was right back in 92, but some of it was also wrong. So you want to do the same thing. Keep an open mind about educating yourself. We only rely at Freedom Law School on officially published legal websites of the U.S. government, okay? And that is also what you want to do to be free. So having said that, again, if you go to Odyssey, Rumble, or YouTube channel, all you gotta do is search on these theories, on a search, for example, on these things, type in there, for example, revocation of election, and type in there, and I got a video on many of these topics that by searching on there, they will come up. Here's 2 videos on revocation of election, for example, okay? Now, here's an example of a guy who did sovereign citizen stuff back in 18, okay? Bruce Doucette, sentenced to 38 years in prison. Now that's excessive. It's crazy to give someone that much prison time. The guy's going to die in jail. Look at this, got white hair. These crooked courts are out of control. So I'm not excusing the crooked courts at all for being so oppressive, but the guy was doing nonsense and teaching how people do nonsense. Don't fall for that, okay? So another example I can give you, you all heard about this guy, Wesley Snipes, yes. He was indicted by the federal government, okay, back in 2006, was convicted, went to prison, okay, and Wesley Snipes, here's his indictment. In Florida, they had charged him, right? And if you look at the indictment, what they charged him with the grand jury, look at the stuff he did, okay? On or about November 30th, 2003, Snipes caused to be sent to the Secretary of Treasury a fictitious bill of exchange signed by him, Snipes, fraudulently claimed, denominated in an amount of $1 million. Oh my gosh. And guess what? He did another one on or about January 18, 2001. Snipes did the same bill of exchange, this time in the amount of $12 million to pay off his old tax debts, and literally ask the IRS to pay off my old tax debts and give me the refund on the birth certificate. You captured my labor with my straw man in my treasury account with the bill of exchange. I'm now, site draft. I'm getting my access to my treasury account money you got based upon your capture of my birth certificate. Here pays off my debt to the IRS that I have, and at the same time give me a refund. That's why he got in trouble. Had he not done that, he would have been fine. So you don't want to respond to the IRS. These nonsense letters that people are sending out that can potentially get you in trouble. Remember this. None of my students at Freedom Law School that came to Freedom Law School clean, stop filing and paying income tax with Freedom Law School, not some patriot mythology and nonsense, has ever gone on tax prison, nor had their bank account or paycheck taken, property, home seized by the IRS. Since 2001. I do it right, and that's why you see IRS cannot touch me there, because I know the law better than they, and they just hope that you never hear about Freedom Law School, where you are, and more of you are waking up, and you get to realize this: there's way too many of us, and not enough of them. That's right. There's only 19 tax court judges, when according to the IRS, there's 63 million non-filers. That's right. Look at this. This is a letter from the IRS to Paper Tiger in Washington, D.C. Back in 1998. They wrote this letter from IRS Commissioner Rosati's own office, saying that based on the 1996 tax filing program, IRS estimates there are approximately 63 million taxpayers who have not filed a tax return and initially would appear to have a legal requirement to file. So this is not somebody who made only $500 or $2,000 a year. They made above the minimum exemption amount. Over 63 million non-filers. It's a guess. Probably more than that. All based upon the W-2 1099 information that third parties falsely send to the IRS about your claiming you have taxable income, which you do not. You owe nothing to the federal government. And they say this estimate is based on data available to service on the individual master file. So let me show you the good news, everybody. Watch this grasshopper in Hopper and from a Bug's Life video. They are the system, the deep state, the crooks in government, the bankers, politicians, the special interests with money to buy the politicians, and the crooked judges, DOJ, FBI, IRS, CIA. That's them. There's too few of them, not too many of us. And if you ever figure that out, there goes their way of life. And you'll be rich and prosperous once again. Here we go. Let's watch this short video under a minute.
Yeah, you're right. It's just one ant.
Yeah, boss. They're puny.
Puny? Say, let's pretend this grain is a puny little ant. Did that hurt?
Nope.
Well, how about this one? Are you kidding? How about this?
You let one ant stand up to us, then they all might stand up.
Those puny little ants outnumber us 100 to 1. And if they ever figure that out, there goes our way of life.
It's not about food. It's about keeping those ants in line.
Yeah. They know that it's about keeping you in line. More than just food. It's keeping you in line as a slave. Okay? They know we outnumber it to just bury them. With too many of us, they can't get to all of us. Okay? Yes, this one ant, Freedom Law School, Peymon Mottahedeh, stood up to them. I have for over 30 years. If you join me and other truth and freedom seekers out there like yourself, there's no way they can stop us. No way! We just gotta go and talk to other people about it and work together and band together. That is the trick, folks. If you get that, you'll be free. America will be free as well in this great country. So what you want to do, instead of writing to the IRS, write your congressman. Yes, write petitions to the lawmakers that's supposed to represent you in U.S. government, okay? Step 5 of our 7 steps to be free is petition the congressman. We have them on our petition page for individual income taxes, employment taxes, and self-employment tax and 1099s. Here, by the way, on this page we have also free yourself from income tax withholding, legally and safely. Haven't been there? Click on that. If you do, you will learn how you can legally and safely stop your employer from stealing income taxes out of your paycheck. You get to keep that money and no need to file a 1040 form by next April 15th to get a little bit of that money back. No, stop the thievery to begin with. All right? Now, let me show you your petitions. Here it is, the front page of the individual income tax petition with the laws all quoted and attached from U.S. government's official legal websites verbatim. Okay? Now, and that end of that letter, we ask you as your congressman to show you if you're wrong. If they can show you, after read everything you have in here, all the laws attached, that you do income taxes, you let them know you will gladly pay all taxes due and will consider such payment to be your fair share. That's right. You're not a cheat. You'll pay your fair share according to the law. We, the American people, have been deceived as a nation. We become a Gulliver that's been tied down by all these, bureaucrats. Okay? And people in corruption. Federal government, we got to wake up and take our country back. That's all we got to do. And we ask the congressman to stop all this, to stop this, expose the truth about this government renegade conspiracy, and put an end to impoverishing Americans. Either or, they got to do that. This is what you do. You ask your congressman to do independent research to verify all this stuff and take action about it, not to the IRS. The dog is the IRS. Why talk to stupid Doug? Doug, talk to the owner of the dog. If we write them, folks, these IRS people are so low intelligence people off the street, they get them. Literally. Anybody comes in here, got a job. Low intelligence, I don't care. In fact, if you feel racial, sexual, gender, these are classifications of, that they wanted you to have, better. They hire based upon that, not competence. These people are not intelligent. They're not trained to understand the law. They know nothing, IRS employees, about the Internal Revenue Code, the Bible of the IRS. They don't know nothing about this. I mean, look, CPAs and even accountants know nothing about this. And also tax attorneys. They don't really read this stuff, okay? Very, very few people know a little bit about this law. They just know what they got to do to keep the job. They do as what the supervisor tells them, which goes all the way top to the deep state that runs down the government bureaucracy. Write your congressman, but not the IRS is the way for you to go to be free, okay? So the other option you got, by the way, is join hands with other fellow freedom-loving Americans like yourself. If you want to do something for freedom, do this. It's optional, and I recommend it, although you don't have to do that. Yes, we come together, okay, and restore freedom in America. There's a plan to restore freedom. That's why it's called the Restore Freedom Plan. I invite you to join, and you're 100% secure. You will not have any money taken by the IRS. You will not go to prison. If they ever come after you, guess what? We do all the work, paid attorneys, and even reimburse you whatever IRS may steal from you, make you whole. There's zero risk for you. Okay? So all the benefits are described here for the prime purpose of restoring freedom in America, right? And you have a right to this. This is guaranteed by First Amendment. You can go to your congressman and write to them, and you should. It's your right, it's your duty as an American, and have the change come by following the law, by following the system. You get all these benefits coming to you included in your membership, okay? So remember to tell everybody about it, folks. Love everyone you know. Give them a chance. Share our videos. Share them on our website, on your social media. Text them, email them, or our brochures, Restore Freedom brochures, that tell them the truth, right? We'll send them to you at no charge, for free, to get them out to everybody that you know. We'll pay you to pass them out, everybody. And, it's a win-win deal to get our country back, have America be a free country once again. And to folks, to sign up is really easy. The application is right on the top center. Click on that, okay, and agree to the terms. Put out free information right here, and you know exactly, how much your membership will be, which is basically 30% of what you would have otherwise paid. It's really slavery IRS. That's right. Instead of paying $10,000 to the IRS, you keep $7,000. Don't file the 10th rate from under penalty of perjury, and only contribute $3,000 remainder to restore freedom for you, for your family, for all the Americans. So with that, hope you get the answers right there at our website. freedomlawschool.org is where you want to go, where you want to be, and that's where you find the answers. As you drive around, listen to our videos, okay? As you drive around, educate yourself, and then at lunch and dinner, watch our videos, this time carefully, and verify the truth for yourself that no law requires 99% of Americans to file and pay income tax based on U.S. government official legal websites at freedomlawschool.org. I give you all my love. Wish you all freedom, peace, joy, love, and prosperity. Thank you for being here.